Let's go. Welcome, Jay.
What's up?
How are we, baby?
Yeah, not too bad, my man.
Not too bad. I'm just turning you up bits on the stream can hear properly.
So I was just muting your stream too. Sweet.
Welcome to the second episode of the Loadout.
Appreciate it.
We got our boy Jbaby Cheesecake. Everyone would know him. If you don't know him, he's pretty much the rebirth king. That's how you'd know him if you did know him. So I suppose we'll start off easy. Tell us a bit about yourself, Jay, for people who don't know you.
So look, it's pretty boring. Okay, my name's Jay. For those of you that don't know me, pretty much just smash out rebirth. I'm not a big dance player. Dropped pretty much most of the high kill records on our servers, and a few big ones on different ones as well. I've played with a few different people. Not really interesting at all. Okay, kind of just slap, do my thing. Dirty plays, dirty people. I don't know. I don't know what else you want to know about me, really. Like, pretty open book.
Oh, shit out. Yeah. Okay, so we'll start off. What got you into gaming and streaming? As you hear a stream, I'm just trying to fix my cam at the moment. It's just a bit out of whack.
So really, I wasn't actually going to get into streaming, like, at all. One of my IRLs, for those of you that have been in my chat, his name's Big Old Patrol. He's he just hit 12 months as a follower, you know? So pretty much I was not going to be a streamer. But he just told me, pretty much like, you're a cracked player, why don't you stream? See what kind of community you can build and all that kind of stuff. I pretty much got into that only because of him, really. Other than that, man, like I've been playing FPS games since I could pick up a controller, really. My first one was the OG Modern Warfare, and then kind of just kept playing after that. Didn't really think much of gaming, to be honest, until like 2 years ago, when I really started getting into it. But other than that, man, it's pretty straightforward from there.
Pretty straightforward from there.
Yeah.
So, what got you into Warzone / Rebirth? What was the appeal for you there?
Rebirth itself, I took a really quick liking to, obviously because of the smaller map, more fast paced. No cheaters. That's changed recently, so like there's more cheaters now, but it's not as frequent as Verdansk. I was a massive fan of Verdansk, but just cheaters got out of control, man, and I just really couldn't really deal with it. All it would do was just make me angry, frustrated, and I would just end stream pretty much instantly. So I kind of just took a step from that, got into Rebirth, got really good at it, and then kind of just took off from there, really.
So, for people who don't know, what kind of records have you broken in Rebirth?
So kill records, pretty much. We did previously have the world record for the most team kills, for quads, which was 88. It's now 93. Oh no, I think I've beaten things like 103 now. I think it is. So we had that. I've got the trio quads. We've got the most quads in OCE. I previously had the most solo quads. I think my boy Huss took that from me. He's got, I think it was 43, that one was as well. Got the duo quads. I think we had the trios as well at one point. I can't remember. Other than that, it's just a lot of high kills. Just high kills.
High kills. Also, I knew you led the world in average kills per game. For how many seasons is it in a row?
So for the past 3 seasons, I've had the highest average kills. I think it was at 15. Yeah, 15 kills is my average for the last 3 seasons, which is pretty crazy, to be honest.
Pretty nutty for anyone that plays Rebirth. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because the amount of times you get wiped early, that's...
Oh, yeah.
It's a fair effort. What kind of appeal to you with streaming wise? So, what would you give as an example to people coming up in the streaming world and how to do it?
how to as in how to get started?
Yeah, how to get
Or
started.
um, shit, man. Like for me, I already had some connections with other streamers. So I wouldn't say I fed off them really. I said I kind of like got involved with a lot of different communities and stuff. Um, and as well as you play the game and you meet a lot of people in game as well. Like you can use that as a way to expand yourself too. But it is a long process. Like it's a grind and a half, man. Like you don't just start streaming and then just magically gain thousands of followers overnight. Obviously, it is a grind. So I think I've been about a year and 2 months now, almost.
Mm.
Yeah, like it is a lot of work, especially if you're not doing it full time as well. But like ideally, man, like if you want to kind of grow as a new streamer and all that kind of stuff, like you just gotta keep consistency is important. Um, promoting yourself as well. I don't promote yourself in other people's streams. It's disrespectful. Like just use pages, use discords, use like advertisement of whatever kind, and just kind of just go on from there. But obviously, it's not going to be straight away. You know?
Yep. So obviously you've made your name big in Rebirth and that. With the upcoming advancement of the game with Vanguard being announced, what are your thoughts going forward with that?
Look, I haven't actually looked at Vanguard yet. Haven't looked at any gameplay. Actually, looked at a tiny bit of gameplay. I'm not particularly happy. It is still an alpha though. Let's keep that in mind. So
I played a bit. I played a bit myself, and I didn't mind it. Like obviously, there's a couple of things that was a little bit wrong. Like as my mate BJ, we were playing it on the piss, and when you get shot, it goes pretty dark and that. But there's all like, I think the actual movement's more like Modern Warfare compared to what Cold War was. So, in my opinion, I think it's actually going to be a good game. Like it's hard to kind of pick it off the alpha because it's going to be completely different.
Yeah.
But rotating back in a circle with the actual question, do you think Vanguard's going to change Warzone? Because obviously we're getting a new map, we're getting new guns.
Yeah, look, it would probably be similar to the way that they integrated with Cold War. I think it'll be the same shit like broken guns, broken perks, whatever else. As well as I read somewhere that the Vanguard weapons would get 10 attachments or something, because apparently the Vanguard side of it is a bit underpowered to like Modern Warfare and Cold War. But I mean, I can't really give much of an input on that until it's actually more information out or until it's integrated. But like, I mean, it should be good. I'm looking forward to a new map. I'm looking forward to like all these new different things. But yeah, it depends on how the integration goes, man.
And then the other thing that they've announced with Vanguard is an anti-cheat.
Oh,
surely that is a little bit more interesting for you than.
I mean, yes. Like the anti-cheat did give me a bit of excitement to get back into the big map. But it really does depend on how successful that anti-cheat is. It's like if it lasts for like a week before like a new set of cheats and stuff comes out, like I'm not really gonna be happy like at all, man.
I don't think you'll be the only one.
Yeah.
The only issue, or the only plus side I can see if it does work, gives a bit of skin off your back for the amount of accusations that people give to you in Rebirth.
Well, I mean, I haven't been banned or shadow banned at all, so.
But the amount of people that claim you're a hacker, is quite astonishing. I think I've joined your chat 3 times over the last week, and you've had your cam on your monitor because people have called you a hacker.
Yeah, it is. It's quite. I don't know. I laugh at it. I think it's funny. It's nothing to me but gas. But obviously it does get quite annoying when people just come in and just talk shit, and then that's it. They don't stick around. They don't try to prove themselves wrong.
Yeah. All right. Is there any other kind of games that you enjoy playing in your spare time? You just want to start
Um,
streaming a bit? Any other games that you're looking forward to coming out?
I mean, I am looking forward to Dying Light 2 coming out. Um, Other than that, I think Battlefield is going to be a pretty big game. I was really into the trailer and the gameplay that they brought out of that as well. It looks sick, so I'll definitely be getting that. In my spare time, I play a lot of League of Legends. I've only just gotten into that recently over the last couple of months, as well as Destiny 2. Like I got tons of games on my dashboard that I don't actually play.
Wartech
Yeah.
just feel my boys
Yeah, TFT, yeah, nah.
feel my boys play a lot of TFT and a bit of the league, so they'll be very happy with
Yeah,
that answer.
I get amongst the TFT. I do play a bit of Forza as well, Rocket League, just to chill out. But I'm not very competitive on that side as well. I did play Splitgate as well for a while. But I kind of just, I wouldn't say I got bored of it. It's just I wasn't interested in learning all the god tier players.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. But
So
definitely, yeah,
someone just asked, "What's your favorite Guardian on Destiny?"
Destiny. Ooh, see, I'm a hunter main. I've always been a hunter main. I think I prefer the support role with the bow. Definitely more my kind of play style, especially with the invis as well. Like I like to just do the flanks and be more of like a shadow kind of support role, you know?
Um, so you've just recently said that you wanted a week off, taking a week off from
Yeah.
streaming, having a bit of break. I guess being a pretty competitive rebirth streamer, it takes a bit of a toll on you mentally and physically.
Yes. I mean, what the whole way that this game has changed over the last couple of months. Um, I'm not the only one that's felt this way. But I guess a lot of other people have more of a tolerance and patience threshold than I do, as well as the cheaters that have now slowly scuttled their way into Rebirth. I do love the game. I do enjoy making the content for everyone. I do enjoy just interacting with everyone as well. But it does take a lot out of myself to try and keep calm on stream. I've noticed the last few streams I've done, I've kind of lost it. And I don't want to kind of project that attitude and mentality towards my stream. I think it's unprofessional. There are times for it, obviously, but I think when it comes to a consistent thing, like I don't really want to what's that word? Like express myself on stream and have people think that that's the kind of person I am. You know?
Yeah, that's understandable. I could imagine like it's a bit different than your average Joe just playing Rebirth for a bit of a kick. You're obviously there to create the content for the people, and they're there to watch you get high kill games. So it would take a fair bit of toll. Nubsy's asked, "Do you actually really like cheesecake?"
Do I actually like cheesecake? I fucking love cheesecake. Dude. It's in my name for a reason, bro. Come on.
And Fictive has asked would you think OCE should have their own like CDL team, kind of? Because with the CDL team, it comes with a lot of bonuses as well. You get streaming people with it, so you get streamers which are signed to the orgs and stuff. So it'd actually be a lot bigger than just a CDL team. But do you think that'd be?
Is he asking like a CDL team as in like a competitive Warzone team, or a CDL team as in just like League, like League play and multiplayer?
I'd imagine it'd be a bit of both.
Bit of both, yeah. I mean, it would be good. I'm pretty sure Mind Freak's pretty much already on top of that kind of stuff. But it does come down to how much exposure and how seriously the rest of the world take OCE. Like I know that it's not just myself, but a lot of other people, a lot of other streamers, a lot of other content creators are trying to get OCE noticed, like a lot more. We are making a bit of progress, but it is a lot harder said than done. You know,
well, obviously there's a lot more stuff through it than just.
Yeah.
My keeps piss me off. Don't mind me. just keeps going blurry for some reason. Um,
It's all good.
Thanks. We're just, I suppose we're in a stage where we just got to keep growing, and this is what I'm trying to do with this podcast, trying to get our streamers, our pro players, our content creators, our orgs out there, and hopefully some people watch it and know that there's actually some good quality content coming out of Australia and other kind of places, because
Yeah.
we're like, you put us against them, like look at what we do in them American lobbies and them sort of things. Like there's a lot of good potential to come out of these kind of areas, and that's what I'm trying to show. So
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, it is a lot easier said than done, man. But
oh,
like,
absolutely.
we can only just do what we can and just hope for the best, really. But like, yeah, we need like if we can just get one good break, um, either host like a really noticed streamer or whatnot, just get one opportunity for like whatever it is, and we can like really take off from there. But until then, chilling.
Now another couple of questions from like your streaming wise.
Yeah.
What's the best way for you to prepare for like a lengthy stream, to kind of just get yourself prepared for a big day gaming?
Um, oh, jeez. I don't actually prepare at all. I think
Yeah.
for me, it's what I do really is just try and get as much sleep as I can. Um, Wake up, shower. I don't do warm up games or anything. I rarely do warm ups.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I kind of just jump straight on with an energy drink in my hand, and if I have to dry scoop, I'll dry scoop, and other than that, I just kind of smash out. I rely a lot on my mentality and how good I'm feeling. Like I won't really like a lot of people kind of eat and stuff. I snack kind of. But yeah, like a majority of my streams rely on how good I feel during my stream and like what my attitude is. Um, but yeah, like that's kind of me, man. Like I don't really get too deep into it, really.
Yeah. How do you handle big donations and gifted subs and that sort of stuff?
Um, Probably cry.
Probably correct.
Nah, like yeah, I did actually. Like it was like a month and a bit ago. I got like 200 plus subs. And I kind of just I cried. Look, it's normal to cry, chat. Okay, it's normal. But yeah, it was. I do get emotional over that kind of thing, because as a small streamer, um, and just getting that kind of support is just kind of crazy because you really like you don't get it often, So you try and hold it in.
Yeah,
You
because
try and hold it in.
as I've even seen, people like you and Refi and Zach have been pretty going off over the last few weeks. You've been pretty lucky, getting a lot of subs, getting a bit of notice out there. It's been really good for the kind of rebirth community as such, compared to the other kind of war zone in Australia. Yeah. If you could pick like anyone to play with or a team to play with from like the big streamers, who would it be? Who would you like to spend a session with?
In terms of rebirth, I would love to run some games with, like, in a team.
Oh yeah, whatever. Yeah.
I would say Jowo,
Mm-hmm.
Capture, and then like either myself obviously, and then one of my boys from OCE. So I'd probably grab like Ref or XXMQ. There's a lot of different people I'd love to play with, but like yeah, I'd go from like two from America, and then two from OCE. Obviously, kind of make it into like a kill race kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think it would be like friendly competition, as well as good exposure as well. Not like just from the other players that we play with, but like from the people that are watching them as well, like in their community as well. Like to take OC a bit more seriously and be like, yo, kind of got some cracked players over here, like get us noticed.
Yeah.
You know?
Like as you mentioned, Joe, like some of the best movement I've seeing
Oh yeah.
his movement is crazy.
Mm. Insane. Yeah, I watched. I think I watched his last rebirth stream, which was yesterday or 2 days ago or 3 days ago. Just nutty, dude. Like his movement is just so clean and just so precise.
Do you watch much Twitch? Much streams? Obviously.
I try to just pop in every now and then when I can. But usually when I'm off my PC, like I'm just completely off. I try to switch off as much as I can.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too absorbed into the online world because like I when I was younger I got really bad. Like I wouldn't eat, I wouldn't sleep, I wouldn't do anything really. I would just be locked on my screen. And I got into some really bad stuff, but
yeah,
that's a story for another time, you know.
Fair enough. Who's the hardest person you find to kill in the OCE community in Rebirth?
One. There's only one person that comes to mind here, and that is Jester. Okay. I think I killed him once out of however many times we've come up against each other, and I can just never kill him.
That's pretty...
And I don't know why. I do not know why. I just never can. And it's like, he is an absolute weapon on the third parties.
Yep.
But even when it's 1v1, I just can't beat him. I don't know what it is.
That makes sense.
Crazy man.
With your gaming, how far do you want to go with your stream wise? Do you want to eventually become full-time streamer?
Oh, 100%.
Yep.
I think that's everyone's kind of dream at the moment. I would love to do this full time. Like I've made a lot of like online friends, built a lot of relationships as well. Just on the online, like with this whole streaming stuff, you know. For me, it's not just like a career choice or anything like that. Like it's man, it's crazy. It's crazy. Just to make so much like relationships and friendships with people, and just like the whole experience that you get along the way is something that everyone should really look forward to. Obviously, it's not ideal for most people, and it's not going to happen for most people. But you know, you've always got to have a plan B, which is what I've been doing recently. You know, just been working a lot as well because like obviously the streams are not going to go always as well as you'd expect, but there is only so much that we can do at the moment as well. You know, we just got to make sure that everything's right with ourselves before we can be right for other people, obviously.
Yeah. Question: do you think OCE get left out of the big tourneys because other regions possibly feel worried or threatened by the ability of our top players, streamers who would enter?
I mean, like that could be a possibility. I'm not gonna speak on behalf of these other tournaments, but I feel like OCE would definitely be top contenders for any of these big tournaments. What comes to mind was the tournaments that WZK was in. I can't remember what the tournament was called, but I remember watching the video clip of Hala like run through. Who was it? It was Huskers, and whoever else, and it was crazy. And I think after that, yeah, TP as well. I think after that, some of the community, like the NA and whoever else, kind of took OCE a bit more seriously after that, because it is absolutely insane the amount of talent that we have that goes unnoticed and unrecognized. But I definitely feel that I feel like some big tournaments will definitely keep us out. Not just for our skill level, but obviously because VPNs are such a big worry these days. But yeah, look, to answer your question, yes.
What do you think of VPNs? Do you think records that people getting like NA servers?
I mean, I use exit lag, so I don't actually get to choose what like specific region that we use. Just like obviously like whatever area is there. But I know that there are VPNs as well that you can check the average KD of the region and all that kind of stuff. So like I feel like if you can choose the specifics with a VPN, then that's kind of ratty,
Mm.
I would say. But like, if you just get like the basic one that just gives you one whole area, then like that's fine, obviously.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Now, with, say, a Battle Royale, do you reckon there'll be one in a couple of years that just completely takes over Battlefield, Warzone, like Warzone did when it came in and took over everything else? Or do you reckon Warzone's here to stay now?
I mean, if this anti-cheat really does what it's meant to do, and then they do everything right from now on, I feel like nothing could really take over Warzone. I feel like Call of Duty is probably the biggest battle royale franchise ever, and there will ever be. But if there is something that can even contest it, and a lot of people actually get amongst that, it's going to be quite a rough ride.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you reckon if they brought a new map in and got rid of cheaters, it'll be an interesting 6 months?
Yeah.
With new records.
Yeah. Look, as I said before, man, like if the anti-cheat works, if this new map is absolutely amazing, like there's no really crash glitches or any exploits, that kind of stuff, and we were looking at a really good run. But if they can't do their job properly, which has been the case lately, I feel like a lot of people, like the rest of the COD community, is just going to dip and probably go off somewhere else. Like Battlefield's looking really juicy to a lot of players.
Yeah, so about Battlefield, what do you reckon about that? Do you reckon you'll play a bit of it?
Well, I will be jumping onto that 100%. But it does definitely depend on how COD goes. Like if COD's still looking a bit dodgy with cheaters and whatnot, I will be playing Battlefield mostly. And like really starting to explore a lot of different games. I would hate to leave Rebirth. That's what I've been known as. It's what I've grown on. But like I'm kind of value my mental state more than a game.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, just staying on the Rebirth thing. Obviously, I think they're valuing it a lot more as an actual proper, like, commendable working thing in Warzone because they've kept quads around for, 3 months now almost. It's actually been the longest time they've kept it for because every time they get rid of it, it's usually back within a week. A lot of people kick up a stink about that one.
Yeah, it was not fun.
It was horrible. Anything other than quads is just horrible.
Yeah.
Do you think that the big tourneys will just become custom only?
I mean, for them to become customs, they'll need to change up a lot of the rules. So it really does depend on who runs it. I feel like the public tournaments, like where you can search pub lobbies, they need to be a bit more specific, in terms of like VPNs and all that kind of stuff. Because I know like a lot of the big tournaments, some of these players are going to like low KD lobbies like Hawaii, like Singapore and all that kind of stuff as well. So it's really not fair. But I mean, it's not against the rules and all that kind of stuff. But in terms of going to customs, I feel like that would be a good idea. Just pitting the best against the best, which is a lot more fun and interesting, I would say. But it really does depend, like on what their motives and what their moves will be from now
on. What do you do outside of gaming to chill, relax?
Chill. Gym. Really. I like long walks along the beach. No. In terms of chilling, man, like I really don't do much of that. Like I'll just sit back and watch anime or something. Go to the gym.
What's your favourite anime?
You can't ask me that.
I can.
There's a lot.
We'll start reeling off.
Favorite at the moment, probably My Hero. At the moment, it's starting to get really good. I haven't read the manga yet, so I know it's going to get juicy.
Interesting. So just gym and watch anime, relax.
Yeah.
Get off it as much as possible. That's fair.
yeah, just that stuff. Other than work, man. But other than that, nothing really fun.
What do you do for work?
You know. I work at an ice factory.
Ice
When I say ice, I mean the frozen water. All right. I've had a lot of people ask me because I'm like, yeah, I bag and sell and deliver ice. And the first thing that comes to mind is obviously not the frozen water, but it is frozen water. All right, guys. Just want to get that
frozen
clear.
water.
Yeah,
$4
frozen water.
down the servo. I have a bloke that keeps asking me to get your nips out. He's not allowed to do that, Griffin.
No, it's TOS. TOS. Come on.
He's just a nips guy. He likes his nips.
Yeah. Is that you, Panda?
Nah,
I think that's Panda.
Griffinko.
Fictive, I thought.
Oh, fictive is. I don't know, maybe. So.
I don't know.
All right. So, any other questions from the chat quickly before I ask him the end question? So, you going to enjoy a nice week off?
Yeah, look, it's gonna be a lot of meditation.
Wartech, are you single?
Am I single? Single for you, Wartech.
We just asked that.
Everyone's the names.
Who is your duo?
Who is my duo?
Reffy just wants to...
Who is my duo? Reffy is my self-proclaimed duo. Okay. Reffy needs to get his shit together and stop leaving games.
Said those for the boys. Would you teabag Stearns? I've run into Reffy and Jbaby a few times. And it's not fun. I'll guarantee that. Kind of fun. All right, Jbaby, while they're still coming with some questions, if you could give me your best loadout of any COD, any gun, for your primary, secondary, your tactical and lethal, and a couple of perks, what would they be?
So, a loadout from every gun and perk from every COD in one loadout.
Yeah.
Okay, so my primary would have to be the Honey Badger from Ghost.
Oh, yes.
Alright, you cannot go wrong with the Honey Badger. Okay, my secondary, I'm going to run Overkill, right, as my second perk, so I get 2 primary guns,
All right, I'll give you that.
Yeah. Honey Badger's going to be my subby kind of class, right? My primary is going to be the ACR from MW3. Okay, because that's a fucking beast gun. Alright, we all know this. My first perk will be... I like you want to say one-man army, but I'm not that ready. We'll stick with quick fix, alright? We'll stick with quick fix.
Yeah.
Because that's good. Alright, second one is Overkill, obviously. Third will have to be... Okay, I'm going to stick with Amped, because Amped has always been... Oh, actually.
Daddy does count as a perk too.
Daddy does count as a perk. Yeah, it does.
Oh, yes, Griff. I will ask you that.
I don't know. I was a fan of the Marathon Pro.
Yeah.
What was that from? I think that was M.2. With the long sprint time, the speed was crazy. So those are my perks. Lethals, tacticals, obviously just T4 and guns. I don't know, I was never really big into anything else.
Yeah.
Other than that, yeah, it's pretty chilling, bro.
Alright, are you a sock, shoe, or a sock, shoe kind of guy?
Sock, shoe. If you do sock, shoe, you're a sociopath.
Thank you. Someone asked if there was a 25k tourney, quads, and you had to pick 3 people, who would they be?
Quads rebirth or quads for dance?
Rebirth. We'll go rebirth because you're a rebirth player.
Okay. This is going to be a hard one because there are so many beasts. I would say I've watched a lot of Capture recently, so I know that he's consistent and a beast. So I'm going to go Cap. Joe, definitely because he pops off when he needs to. Very consistent as well. And for my third... The third one's always the hardest one because there's just so many people that I know that would absolutely fry on this right now. I'm trying to think. Reedy boy. Reedy boy would 100% be my third. I know there's a lot of OCE people that would hate me because they're not included, but consistency is important. All right.
Yeah. And that's probably the main thing with us. Is the consistency. There's the big games, but there's a lot of things.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I think we'll end it there for the questions. The chat's starting to get a bit rowdy.
Yeah, everyone's wanting nips.
And now asking me to drink a lot. So I'd like to thank you for coming on the show. I think very dub for a second show. I think it's a very W show.
No stress, man. Appreciate the opportunity and you coming to me to ask for this. You know, it's been quite the fun little.
Yeah, well, hopefully you can keep growing and get some more people. And I've got a good show coming up in a few weeks. I'm trying to build that one up for a bit, but there'll be a bit more information about that soon. And yeah, just hopefully get a bit of variety, another pros plus.